All right. Good morning, everyone. All right. We are ready to get going here on winning listings. All right, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. Let's talk about week number 3 here on winning listings and in every market. And what we're going to do today is we're going to work on taking some of the strategies and moving into actions. So here we go real quick. Just want to do some housekeeping things right up at the start. I want to thank all of our sponsors. We do have some sponsors that we work with in the marketing team to be able to bring you events like this. And one of the things, though, is that our sponsors they can only be sponsors if they have valuable tools that actually help you win listings, work with buyers and sellers. So just a quick shout out to all of them here on the screen. Thank you. Also, goal of today. We want to get you ready to become listing machines and grow your business in 2019. 4 quick slides, housekeeping. If you haven't yet registered, go to homesmart.com/winning-listings. The reason is today we're going to send you some files afterwards that you're going to want to put to use in your business. So if you aren't registered, you just happen to be on the webinar for some reason, you won't receive those files unless you are registered. The files are going to go out to everyone who's registered for today's event or who participates. So let's recap what we've done so far. Week number 1, we had Jeannie and Sharif up in Oregon, agents 3 to 5 years in the business, both of them just doing a tremendous amount of listing business, loving it, loving what they're doing. They shared a lot of great insights with us, and relatively insights that could work relatively quickly in their business because they haven't been in the business 20 years. So for them to get success that quickly just shows that those success insights have traction right away. Last week, we had so much good feedback because we had Bobby leave. Bobby, if you're on, thank you again for everything you did last week. 16 keys to becoming a successful listing agent. It was just an amazing webinar. We did record it. The webinar link should have gone out to all of you as well as the PDF. So hope you enjoyed it. And you're going to want to take some of the strategies and action items from week 1 and week 2, and you're going to want to put that together in your business, into action in your business this week. So week 3, we're going to turn strategies into actions. One more housekeeping item. If you haven't yet registered for our inaugural growth summit in Scottsdale, Arizona, February 24th and 25th, please make sure you go do that. Go to homesmart.com/events. You're going to be inspired. You're going to be able to celebrate with us. You're going to be able to have marketing, inspiration and marketing tactics and insights, and you're going to have a ton of networking. Believe me, you're going to walk away with meeting a lot of people at that event that it can help grow your business. So why are we doing this? We want results. We want you to do more listings this year than you did last year. One of the things that helps us is when you email us or when you post your results or your activities on the social media or the Facebook groups. So one of the Facebook groups is Smart Agent Ideas. If you haven't yet joined that group, please do go join. You're going to see here in a couple minutes some people are posting some things that we're going to share with all of you. So if you're a member of that group, you'll just get access to all of that. But we would love to track your progress this week. As we take strategies, we put them into action. So please go online, post what you're doing, and post what the results are. That encourages all the other people that are doing it with you. And you all can encourage each other. You can learn from each other. So please post on social media, share your results. So week 2, you ready? Let's get going. This week is all about taking strategies and turning these strategies into action. And the bottom line is, I want you to work this week. I want you to do some things that might be out of your comfort zone. I want you to just set a goal, put your head down and say, I'm going to do it. Whether I am real comfortable or excited about doing it or not, I'm going to do it and I'm going to try it, and then we're going to see what works. So week 1, we talked a ton about brand building, planting seeds with buyers that in the future, they turn into listings or they refer you to listings. We talked about prospecting, lead generation, engagement. That's where the bulk of the work really is. And we talked about the right presentation getting prepared for your presentation, and the things that you need to do. Last week, Bobby shared his 16 secrets and just all good stuff. So right now, I'm going to start out real quick. I want to share some important highlights and insights. I interviewed hundreds of agents prior to doing this webinar series with you. We did have 3 agents so far live with us that we interviewed on the webinar, but I want to share today all the agents that necessarily couldn't be here live and share some of their insights and share some of the things that I was like, wow, that seems like that would move the needle quickly and that would move the needle far for each of you. So I want to share highlights and insights, key things that you need to do this week. Then at the end, we're going to kind of have some fun. We're going to put together a little contest. We're going to give points for doing some of these actions and these activities. And we just want you to have fun with it and see how many points you can get. And we're going to kind of have, we're going to keep everybody up to date on what's going on with everybody's activities. So here we go. One of the things I'm going to start with is I got an email late last night from Beverly, or it was Saturday night. Beverly Callison in Chicago, Illinois. Bev, thank you. I think you're on the webinar here today. Thanks for sending me this note. She said, hey, I've had the opportunity to come across another agent. And one of the things she did to win the listing was she focused on the growth of our company in regards to the industry as a whole and in regards to other companies. Then she said she touched on the sheet in the listing presentation that says we have 900 plus websites that we syndicate or market your listing out to. If you list your home with me, I'll market your home on these 918 websites. The reason she did this is because she knows so many people start their search online. And then I love this. She says, I won, smiley face. So 2 quick little thoughts. Focus on the growth of the company and how well we're doing. Build credibility that way, but also touch on that we market your listing out to 900 plus websites. So the other thing she says, the other key is for her just to be her. I'm the best me, and no one can beat me when I'm doing me. I love that, Bev. Thanks for sharing your email. Now, if you're wondering what this graphic is that she shared or that she pointed out, it was inside of our listing presentation. So she obviously had our listing presentation ready to go, and she went and pulled out and referenced this page. It talks about 1,000, we actually have 1,016 websites. In some versions it's 900, but we have 1,016 websites. So if you haven't yet gone and downloaded this graphic from the Marketing Design Center or from your Real Smart Agent panel, please download it and use it. If you aren't using the listing presentation yet, please start to use it. The listing presentation that we have at HomeSmart, it's 60 pages. Beverly is using it. She's having great success with it. She adds a CMA in that, so a 30-page CMA plus a 60-page presentation. She's got a 90-page presentation, and she wins every time. One of the pages inside of that listing presentation is the 1,018 websites. So she references that page, and that's a leverage, a step up for her. So to me, that's a key insight. Leverage the growth of the company, use the listing presentation, reference the 1,016 websites inside of the listing presentation. When you're talking about the growth, one of the other things is, the rankings, like for the Real Trends 500, or as a company where we rank in the country, go search online for those social media graphics, use those. I know in Chicago, you guys recently were just ranked in a poll, and all of you hopefully are using those graphics there in Chicago to leverage your growth, and you're using them elsewhere around the country too. So in preparation for this week, I also went and I Googled a ton of things and researched some information. And it's interesting to me that out of the 30 different articles that I researched about how agents can win listings, all of them were all very similar. Most importantly, all of them were similar to what we talked about in week 1 with Jeannie and Sharif, and in week 2 with Bobby Lee. They really all talk about going out, working your database, working your sphere, picking up the phone, calling people, texting people, writing handwritten notes, doing open houses. It's the basics of real estate. So one of the other action items for you potentially is go Google how do real estate agents win listings, or how to win listings. There's tons of articles that you can print out, download, but you're going to find that a lot of them are very similar to the things that we're talking about here. So for me, that adds confidence to what we're doing, but it also bolsters me and my encouragement that we're teaching you the right things and that these things are actually working. Okay, I also received over the weekend, I received an email from Tom Ferry, or actually from one of our colleagues here at the company, where Tom Ferry recently posted 33 ways to attract more listings. Now, I'm not going to go through all 33 things. I just want to talk a little bit about, it's ironic, again, I'm going to highlight a couple of them because similar things to what we talked about in week 1 and week 2, which means those are the actions you need to put in action in week 3. So 1, leverage qualified buyers to attract sellers. So we talked about doing that. That's your sphere. And also doing open houses to attract sellers, because it's just all those things. Using slide broadcasts, we talked about potentially doing that, where you can send out multiple contacts to do an open house in a neighborhood. Door knocking hot communities, back to the basics. You can do it with Post-it notes. You can do it with business cards in the doorway. You can do it with door hangers. And then agent-to-agent referrals. Of course, those are 4 key highlights. So highlighting on those points, I went on to our Smart Agent Ideas. We had an agent right here. I have a client that would like to retire. I'm looking for someone to do a referral to cover the surprise area. So participating in these social media groups, participating in the referral groups, great way just to leverage our big footprint that we have around the country. Another agent here posted basically, I'm looking for an agent in Peoria who can handle the referral of a listing of a newer home. One of the things that when I was in New York City recently, I was talking to somebody and they said statistically, referrals in network, so within the HomeSmart network, are 60% listing referrals, only 40% buyers. So here when we're focusing on winning listings, leveraging and networking with other agents on social media or at our events, or just asking for referrals within our network, it's a great way to get listings, heavy on the listing side. So one of the things, that information came from Referral Exchange. We are getting ready to launch some new referral programs that you can participate internally. So come to our event in February, find out what it's all about, key on the lookout. I don't know if it's cat out of the bag, but just exciting things. So action item view, you need to write it down. Join our referral programs soon when we launch them. Point 7, 8, 9, and 10, contact past clients from 2 to 5 years ago. Non-occupieds and investors, get a celebrity endorsement influencer. The one I want to talk about, sign up for seller attraction sites. There are some sites out there that say how much is your home worth, things like that. You can sign up and participate with those. I'm going to skip ahead. Points number 31, 32, 33 talks about FSBOs. Ironically, we talked a lot about FSBOs. We talk about mega open houses and doing open houses. And over, that's just what everybody keeps going to when it comes to winning listings. So builder attraction, going out and beginning to work with home builders. And then he had a bonus tip here about having your past sellers write a letter to their former neighbors endorsing you and your services. So some cool little ideas there. Also, maybe look up Tom Ferry, go get the full 33 list. I just wanted to highlight a couple key points. But here, to build on some of those things that they shared, one of our offices in Idaho, they've prepared a document to go win FSBOs, or to use when you're talking to FSBO owners. So if you go to Smart Agent Ideas, search this post, they created a little document called HSFBO.pdf, and you can go download right from Smart Agent Ideas this FSBO document. Now here's what you're going to want to do with it. You'll notice that this is heavily tailored to Idaho. Things in California, states have different laws throughout the country, but also the verbiage and the wording that they're using inside this was really localized to their area. my point to you is, if you're taking strategies to action items, one strategy is to work with FSBOs. Go download this document, use it as a point of reference, and fine tune your message to for sale by owner homes that are out there, and go target them. And sometimes these things, they just spur an idea, they just spur action. So use these to go attack FSBOs. That's one great strategy. One of the documents I was looking at online, it was 15 key things agents can do to win listings. And I actually loved this one, and I wanted to share it with you. It was basically, have a spotter for FSBOs. So what this person recommended, it said kids are great for this one, or other, friends and family. Every FSBO you give me, I'll give you 15 bucks. Just give me the name and number on the for sale by owner, and I'll give you $15. It's a great way to have people, when they're driving around in your city, they spot FSBOs, they're going to text you with what that is. I'll give you a $15 Starbucks gift card for some coffee. Get other people helping you be on the lookout. It also reminds all of them that you're a great agent and that you can help somebody be more successful in real estate than trying to sell their home on their own. We all know statistically, realtor can get more dollars for the same home. They can sell a home faster than a homeowner trying to for sale by owner on their own. By the way, I just got a comment from somebody, said Tom Ferry's podcasts are a great thing to listen to as well. Please do go check out Tom Ferry's podcast, listen to him, and I'm sure he's going to do a special on his 33 keys to winning listings. Last week, we're talking about open houses, things to do to get win listings, back to the basics. Wendy Forsyth, our chief operating officer, she posted something and posted a video. She was out for a run in her neighborhood or in her area, and sure enough, she ran along an open house. She did a videotape of all these people walking into the open house, kind of said, congratulations to Randy, the agent that was doing the open house. Here was her comment: in a changing market, agents are doubling down on open houses. It's so true. So let's attack open houses. Let's take that strategy. Let's put it into action. So I went on to Instagram. I went on to Facebook. I searched real quick what some of our agents are doing with open houses. Bobby, who was our guest last week, one of the things he did, I loved what he did here. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different open houses all going in one weekend. And then he posted the day and the time that he is having these open houses. Now, if you're thinking about selling your home, do you think that Bobby's a power lister? He's got 7 open houses going in one weekend. Do you think this wins him more listings? I think it does. So one of the things to do is to go attack social media and to conduct open houses. Maybe try to conduct, Bobby, in his case, he has other agents that are sitting his open houses. He can't be in all 7 places at one time. Contact other agents, work with them to list their open houses. Bobby talked about that last week, how much he loved it. Out in California, beautiful photography on posting on Instagram. I love this Lux Listing Friday, custom home in Ladera Ranch, out in New York, out on the East Coast, talking about doing an open house. The reason why I highlighted this one, they put a great little open house graphic up above the photograph, but I love that they say swipe to see 2 more open houses we have this weekend. So they're instructing the people on Instagram to swipe to the right to see more multiple open houses. Good little marketing action to do. Tom Ferry, one of the things he was talking about is builder accounts. And if you can hook up with a builder, you can get a ton of listings. And someone had said, hey, here's 3 quick ways, to go after open houses. If they're doing subdivisions, ask for a section. Ask them for what they say they're old dogs, the ones they can't move. Don't call them old dogs to the builder, but just say, hey, can I help you maybe move some of the properties that you're having trouble moving that you've already built? Because once a home builder builds a home, they need to move it very quickly. That's when they start losing money or losing profit, the more that the home sits there on the market after it's completed. Another thing that I thought was ingenious was just offer to do an open house for a new home builder. Market it. You're basically saying, I want to do some marketing for you. There's no commitment here. Just do an open house. So cool little things to do with some builder accounts. Okay, tactics, moving into actions. I'll share one idea that I think is brilliant. I heard this from some of our agents up in Oregon. And when I was in New York City, I actually did a video. I'm not going to play the video for you here today because of time. But I was in New York City at the Inman Connect conference with Wendy Forsythe. Both of us were speaking there for HomeSmart and for Inman Connect. But while we were there, a lot of companies from the industry were there. And I sat down with a company called Box Brownie. Box Brownie got their name from the old camera that used to be the square little brown camera that they used way back when. They used to take a photograph and wind the film. And it's called a Box Brownie. And the reason is because they help with photography that agents need to have high quality, good photography that moves properties. So I sat down with Peter from Box Brownie. We will post a video for you later. We may send it out with the follow-up material. But here's what Box Brownie basically talked about, and here's some of their examples. If you go to boxbrownie.com, basically what they do is they take a before and an after, and they make it look like a sunset photo, or they enhance some photography. So he talked about doing image enhancement, talking about data dusk, talking about doing item removal, floor plans, and even virtual staging. But let me talk for a minute about one of the agents. Jim Sparkman up in Oregon was telling me that he's been working with some agents, that one of the things he does is he'll go buy a property, and Peter talked about this on the video. He'll go buy a property 2 days beforehand, before he's supposed to go in and meet with the customer about their listing. And he'll take a photograph with his iPhone from the street. He'll send it off to Box Brownie. For $1.99, they will enhance the photograph, make it look good, or they will do a daytime to dusk, or do what we call the sunset photo. I think that one's $4.99. Don't quote me on any prices. I'm just saying that it's under $5, whatever they do, but it's phenomenal. And then what he does is he takes that photograph of the sunset photograph. So he took the photograph 2 days before, has it enhanced so it's a twilight sunset photograph. They turn it around in 24 hours, email it back to him. He puts it inside the listing presentation, or he uses it when he's meeting with the customer, and he shows them, hey, 2 days ago I came by, I took this photograph, look at how we can market your home. Right now, today, I can get this photograph into the MLS. We can get you up online today and get people looking at your home. One of the things that happens too is sometimes when you take that photograph, there's a car in the driveway. One of the things that Box Brownie will do also for minimal cost, like we're talking just a few dollars, is they'll remove the car from the driveway, or they'll remove something. So that's something too. Hey, how did you take that photograph? We've had a car sitting in the driveway. That's the type of marketing that I do that makes me different. That's why I am the right listing agent for you to talk to about selling your home. So here's, again, some examples of that. You know, here's a sunset photograph made to look twilight, sunset, gorgeous. Here's about removing items. So you have a garage that's filled with, you know, a bunch of junk off the left-hand side. They can do some item removal for you and do that. So there's really, or remove that car from the driveway. Somebody online is chiming in that they use Box Brownie. Love it. So just, you know, go use them. Take a look at boxbrownie.com. So next, what if you could keep your listing open 24 hours a day? So if you could say to people, look, I could even be showing your home while you're home and you don't have to leave the house. And one of the ways that I'm going to do that is I'm going to do a virtual tour. So when I was in New York City, I met with a company called Agulo, agulo.com. They have a tremendous virtual tour system. And what they do is they can handle it completely for you. There's a lot of talk in the industry right now where people are talking about different companies that you have to buy special cameras, you have to learn how to use them, and some of them are really cool, some of them are really easy to use. So you can go create your own virtual tour using like a Ricoh camera, or you can hire a company like Agulo to go do it for you. And they literally do a 360-degree virtual tour that people can walk through a home in California while they're sitting on the East Coast. And the people in California don't have to leave their house. So one of the things, I was meeting with Raul there in New York City, and one of the things, he just got a $2.2 million listing using this, and here's what he did. Took a photograph of the front of the home. He went to Box Brownie. He had the sunset enhanced photo done for $4.99. He put that online, and then right underneath that, he also had click here to tour the home. virtual 360-degree tour of the home. And then they did the tour. You can even click on the appliances inside the home, and you can see that it's a York stove, or, you know, what kind of an appliance, silver stainless steel appliances. You can tour around the whole home. And what he did was, when he met with the customer, he said, this is what he told me. He says, every time you're meeting on a listing appointment, they ask you, what are you going to do to sell my home, or how are you going to market my home? And he always answers and says, what if I could keep your home open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and you wouldn't even have to leave your home, but people could walk through it? I'm going to do a virtual tour. And he pulls out his phone. And this is an example of him showing me on his phone, walking through a virtual tour. Agulo does this for less than $200 in most markets for a virtual tour. If you would like to try this, all you have to do is send an email to Agulo, and I'll fill you in. But here's what I want you to know. I'm not trying to sell you one product or another. I want you to consider doing 360-degree virtual tours, and also not making it so complex where, oh, that's another thing I have to do. Hire somebody to do it for you. And then when you're in that listing appointment, you can use that line, I'll keep your home open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, because I'm going to do this virtual tour. So if you want to, you can, there's several companies out there that'll do it for you. If you want to talk to Agulo, all you got to do is send an email to homesmart@agulo.com with the subject line, I want this, and they'll reach out and they'll help you get it done. The whole thing is, we wanted to make it easy for you. We're trying to help you get listings easily. So here's a company that'll actually help you do it for you. There's several other companies out there that'll do it. I'm sure you have local companies too, but homesmart@agulo.com is the email address, and the subject line, just say, I want this. All right, do that and use that line about keeping the home open 24/7. All right, one other great idea that I have to share with you is there's an agent that I know that says they do a listing agreement with the children. And what they actually do, and then also, I want you to do some video marketing this week, strategies to actions. I need you to do some video marketing. So one of the things to potentially do is to create up a children's listing agreement. So I thought this was a great idea. And basically what it is you say, hey, if you list your home with me, I'll do a listing agreement with your children. And we're going to do an agreement where the children have to make their bed in the morning. They have to pick up their toys. They got to help their mom and dad keep the house neat and tidy. And when we sell the home, I'll give each child a $25 Target gift card. I just thought that was so ingenious, and it's what a way to stand out when you're targeting listings. Now, taking it a step further, though, one of the things to do is to do a video about this listing agreement with children. You send out a video of yourself. Hey, if you list your home with me, I'm not only going to do a great job marketing and selling your home, but I'm going to do a listing agreement with your children and make them part of the process, help them keep your home clean so that when we do showings and everything, the home is just spotless. And I'm going to do a listing agreement. I'm going to give each one of your children a $25 gift card when you're done. So one action item, do a video talking about this idea, and then go target homeowners and go after listings. Do this children's listing agreement. Another thing, do video for birthdays, for special occasions. One of the things we teach in some of the marketing classes is about video marketing is every morning just wishing somebody happy birthday. You can do that via text, and I'm a big proponent of doing that. But what if you got a video from somebody and it was a live video? Hey, Todd, happy birthday. It just means so much more, and it has a real life connection. Wendy was on stage doing a panel at Inman this week, and they were talking about sight, sound, and imagery and visual. And what was the other thing? I can't remember the tweet, Wendy, sorry, but it was sight, sound is equals success. And so that's where video really comes into play. It's visual, it's emotional, and it has sight and sound, and it just gets great results. So one thing I want you to do is just do more video. So do birthday videos. How about if you did a couple birthday videos this week? Another thing is do referral videos. How many of you have ever taken out your phone in a certain neighborhood, said, hey, I'm here in this particular neighborhood. It's a hot neighborhood right now. But if you're looking to list your home, there are plenty of people that want to buy and move into this neighborhood. Please call me. I can help give you a valuation of what your home is worth, etc. But again, video so much more powerful than just doing an email or doing it not with audio and visual. So here's the challenge: strategies to action items. Can you do 14 videos in 7 days? That's what I want you all to do this week. You can do birthday videos. You can do ask for referral videos. You can do a kids listing agreement video, whatever you want, but try to do 2 videos a day for 7 days in a row. Now, one tool that can help you is BombBomb. BombBomb is a video tool. If you go to bombbomb.com/5 times, there's a special discount for Home Smart agents that they have in place. And one of the things that I love about BombBomb is it compresses all the video. It sends it inside of an email so it doesn't show up as an attachment, so people don't worry about it being a virus. And then in addition, they just make it easy because it's right there. They compress everything and it just goes out in my Gmail. And it's sometimes actually doing a video email is faster than typing an email out. Last thing is, when the customer clicks on it or anyone who receives that video email, they open it up, I get a notification on my phone that this person just opened up your email. So I know when it's working. I know when agents are seeing or customers are seeing my videos. So what I recommend to you is take the video challenge. I want you to try 14 videos in 7 days. Now, you can use your own mobile phone if you want. You don't have to use BombBomb. Again, I'm not trying to sell you a tool, but I am trying to make it easy. And I found that BombBomb is a great source for making it really easy. We also have created a video for all of you talking about the 6 things I'll do to help you sell your home. So it's a video, should be in your Real Smart Agent panel. It's inside of the Marketing Design Center that we have. If you go in your Real Smart Agent panel, you click on Marketing Design Center. Inside there, you can find the listing presentation. You can find social media graphics. You can find links to the video that we've already created. So one of the video challenges, send out 14 videos in 7 days. Send out the video, 6 things I'll do to help you sell your home. So go just download, use the video, do that this week. One of the things that comes up, or I've gotten feedback on, is I'm a newer agent. I don't really have a huge database. I don't have a contact. How do I go find names and contacts? Or I'm doing an open house this weekend and you're telling me to go talk to the 50 people around that open house to let them know that I'm doing an open house and invite them, but I don't have their names, phone numbers, contact info. So one of the things that you can do is you can go to a company called Cole Realty Resource, or you can go to a local title company. I was talking to an agent last week. They got all their names, their 50 names in a surrounding area from the title company. Make sure you follow all your state and legal guidelines, but see if you can get your hands on 50 names around an open house. Cole Realty Resources is an easy way to do it. Go to colerealtyresource.com/homesmart. So I had several agents just reach out this week and ask me, hey, where do I go get those names? Again, I'm not trying to sell you something. I'm just trying to help you find a resource that has names. I've heard from so many agents that Cole is a great way that they can go download those 50 names. They can send them emails, they can call them, and then the day of the event, the open house, they go actually door knock the neighborhood. They do all 3 things trying to create a good open house. Another tactic and idea, create a luxury listing. So get permission from a listing agent that has an expensive luxury listing and create some sort of marketing. Do it via e-marketing, create a flyer, do a social media post, something. Make sure you don't create credit that it's your listing. You're not saying it's your listing, but if you market, one of the questions I got asked last week is, okay, how do we get listings in the luxury market? We're going to share more on that next week as well, about how to tap into the luxury market. But one of the things that top agents say over and over again is they market luxury homes. Bobby last week was saying, I market luxury homes, market a $2 million home. I also market $200,000 homes. Therefore, customers know that I handle both properties. So if you never market a $1 million home or a $2 million home or a luxury home in your area, you're not sending the word out that you also are a luxury listing agent. So one of the things to do is 6 times try to market over the next year, 6 different times luxury homes. This week, can you just do 1? Market a luxury listing, do some sort of marketing, e-marketing, and force yourself in 7 days to market a luxury home. Get the word out that you are a luxury listing agent. We are the only company in the industry that has the lighted yard sign. So somehow this week, I want you to market the lighted yard sign via social media, via email, via text. We have an amazing lighted yard sign that no one else has, and it gets results. Everybody sees it in the area, and I call this a listing magnet. When you put this up in front of a house, number one, so one thing is just get a listing and put a lighted sign in the front of it if you have a listing. Other homeowners in the area will call you and say, I want you to sell my home because I want to work with the agent that has the lighted yard sign. This is an example, though, of one of our agents up in Oregon, Ryan Steckley. He put a lighted yard sign up in front of a home. He tagged the homeowners, Mark and Melinda, so it went out to all their sphere. And he put basically a photograph of the home, put about a little blurb about the listing, and he marketed it on social media. So here what he's doing is he's basically saying, list your home with me. I'll put a lighted sign in front of your home. He's doing this to not only give exposure to the home and maybe sell the home, but he's doing it to win more listings. So that's one of the things I want you to do is to try to leverage the lighted yard sign this week to win more listings. This is Kelly Parton. She's an agent in Phoenix, Arizona. She took a photograph of herself standing in front of one of her luxury listings with a lighted yard sign. She sends that out electronically. She sends it out on social media. She uses it in her listing presentations and says, this is one of the things that makes me different when if you list your home with me, I'll put a lighted yard sign. So she's using this as a marketing strategy and as an action to go win more listings, generate more listings. Okay, so if you don't have a listing that you can take a photograph of yourself in front of, one of the downloads you can get in Real Smart Agent or in the Marketing Design Center, we have a JPEG of Real Estate Magazine with the Home Smart lighted yard sign. This is a great thing to download, post on social media, to email out to your clients, but use it. So in the next 7 days, we're going to put a push on actions. I want you to download this graphic. I want you to use it in marketing, email marketing, use it in text, use it on social media, somehow send it out to people. Whoops, sorry, I went back way too far. Send it out to people letting you know that you can market their lighted sign. We also, in the Marketing Design Center, have an email graphic or e-graphic that says, hello, innovation, hire me to list your home. It's customizable with your name, your phone number. It has that real estate graphic on it. Go use this inside of the Marketing Design Center. All right, let's see here. Next thing, we have social media graphics that are uploaded in the Marketing Design Center. Action item, go download one of those social media graphics, post it this week, talking about you and using the lighted yard sign and how that they should use you to list their home. So texting, scripts. Texting is one of the things that comes up, and there's texts that you can do that are not real estate related. There's texts that are real estate related and text to buyers, text to sellers that are specific. One of the things I spoke about at the Inman Connect conference in New York City is doing text marketing, but not making it so real estate specific. Just reaching out saying, hi, I hope your new year was amazing. I hope 2019 is an amazing year. I was just thinking about you. Let's get together and have coffee and let's talk. Do that sort of texting. So this week, I want you to put a push on with texting. Another thing is other action items that came up in all of our sessions. Targeting expireds, targeting expireds, targeting divorce attorneys, divorcees. So there are ways that you can go. Someone had said, hey, go meet with divorce attorneys. Let them know that you're available to help if they have customers that are going through divorce and need someone to help sell their home. Just reach out and try to cultivate that, because once you do that, that could be a great listing source throughout, over the years. Have meetings with divorce attorneys. Someone I know does Facebook advertising because divorce is so touchy. You don't kind of want to call somebody that maybe, a friend or a colleague, or you see somebody and say, hey, maybe you do if you have that right relationship. But I know one agent that does a little Facebook advertising that they target specifically people going through Divorce, you can Google online how to do that, look at it online. Inherited homes, reach out to large local employers, let you know that you will help assist employees as they're moving people in and out of state. Someone said, search Zillow's Make Me Move price homes. When people, when a homeowner goes in and updates the price of their home and says, hey, make me move for this price, it kind of says maybe that the homeowner maybe would list their home. So maybe then go target those people. One of the action items for this week, go to the bank live in person. Bobby said last week, everybody always likes to do it online. They do it virtual. They do it from home. They do the drive-through. Bobby actually goes inside, opens the door for people, talks to people in the lobby, talks to tellers, and it's just a way of meeting people, expanding his sphere. So go to the bank this week, meet people. Valentine's Day is this week. Send out some social media texts, social media posts, do something Valentine's related. Just take advantage of that timeliness. So one of the other things I did was strategies and action items. I sent an email out to many of the brokers around our system, and I asked them, you know, what is it that you think is the number one? Over and over again, it came back to doing an open house. So right here, some specific action items. Ask an agent who has multiple listings if you can sit their open house or do one on your own, one of your own listings. I'm trying to give you step-by-step what to do. So strategy and an action item, do an open house. Ask an agent if you can do one for, sit an open house for them. Schedule the open house. Market to the 50 homeowners around the listing. Door knock to the 50 people 2 hours before the open house. Hold the open house, and then actually follow up with everyone that comes through. One of the great quotes I love, Jeannie, you said, I don't do open houses just to sell the home, or I don't do it to sell the home. I do open houses to build the business. Someone asked, real quick question, where exactly do I find the lighted yard sign? It's inside of Real Smart Agent. If you go into the Marketing Design Center in your Real Smart Agent panel, in the yard signs section, there's a section called lighted yard signs. You can go order a lighted sign, have it shipped directly to you. You can also find the other marketing pieces there inside the Marketing Design Center. Hope that answers your question. Another thing, so number one though, I asked them, what moves the needle the fastest? If you only had a week, needed to move the needle, many of them just said open houses. The other thing they said, texting, meaningful pop-bys, sending X amount of videos to people, walking neighborhoods. Some of we've already covered today on the call. Schedule a past client happy hour. Do it impromptu. Hey, everybody, kind of getting together this week, want to invite you. You could do that in 7 days, in the next 7 days if you wanted to. I love this one in all capital letters. Pick up the phone, call people, work your sphere, answer your phone. Someone else said, reach out to probate court, buy some of that information, try to market that. Reach out to your sphere, offer an incentive, buyer rebate, reduce commission listing or charity donation, etc. Someone said, just listed emails or mailings, but do them on other listings. If you don't have anyone, ask a listing agent out of respect. Send a market update. That's a great little thing that you could do this week. You could do it electronically. You could do it in print. You could do that this week. Okay, one of the last ones. Oh yeah, like Buffini says, call your database and ask if they know of anyone planning a move. Someone asked, what would you pass out to the 50 homeowners in the area surrounding or prior to an open house? I had a conversation with 2 agents this week who they do that when they work open houses. They carry flyers around with them of the open house. They also carry around their business cards. They stick if no one answers the door, they stick 2 business cards and they stick a flyer folded in half in the door or under the edge of the floor mat so you can see it. We're in areas where you have bad weather, they try to stick it so it's in the door, in the doorway. You can't put anything inside of a post office mailing box. You're not supposed to do that. So some people I know, they put it inside of a plastic bag, a Ziploc bag, or fold it over, and then they put it by the front door just to keep it out of the wet and out of the rain and the weather. So what I've heard is business cards and flyers. All you're really doing is you're just inviting people to come to the open house to meet you. And also, you know, their neighbors, they want to know, how does that home compare to mine? How much is it worth? They're going to talk with you about pricing. One agent told me, you wouldn't believe how many times other homeowners in the area come in and we get into a pricing discussion. And the action item to take away is, let me do a comparative market analysis for you and come meet with you. But it creates a discussion, and that's what we want. We want engagement. So what did we do then? So this week, I created a short little one-page action item that we're going to send out to all of you. And I put a point system in place to kind of do a contest and have fun with it. Example would be, when you do a phone call, you get 1 point. If you leave a voicemail. If you have an actual conversation, it's 2 points. If you do a social media post, it's a point. If you do a text to someone, it's 2 points. The reason is, I love text marketing. I think text marketing is so effective. If you're going to do emails or some sort of other contact, you get a point. One of the things that I like to do too is, so if I sell a home doing this, how much is it worth to me? Average commission in an area, $6,000 for a $225,000 home at 2.5% interest, $240,000 home, you know, it's $6,000 commission. So, you know, that kind of motivates me again when I see that. So I left it on the sheet for you that do these things. Beverly talked about downloading the Smart SES flyer from the Marketing Design Center and using that, giving that out. So I'm going to give you 5 points if you just go download it and get it in your arsenal so you can use it when you need to. I've worked with agents before who say, I have my own presentation. I've been doing it great for years. Why do I need to use yours? And I challenge them to go use the Home Smart Listing presentation. And I say, just prepare 10 of them ahead of time. So either download them and print them out on your own, or order them in from the Marketing Design Center and get 10 listing presentations ready to go ahead of time. Now I'm going to give 20 points if you do that. If you just get 20 presentations ready to go. Then I want to give a challenge. I was talking to an agent yesterday, and I said, if I gave you the challenge where you have to try to give that listing presentation away 10 times in a week, in 7 days, could you do it? And they said, I love the challenge. I want to try. So if you give away 10 presentations in 7 days, you get 50 points. Trying to give action for things that really work. So again, don't take the contest too seriously, but yet we are. I just want to have fun with it. Have a listing appointment, that's 20 points. You win a new listing, that's 50 points. The 10 presentations in 5 days, the reason why I give that 50 points, I worked with an agent who she's prepared those 10, and she had so much, you know, because they were there, they were burning a hole in her pocket. She said, I've never given away or had 10 appointments in 1 week before. But when I did, I found out I closed all 10. And so that, to her, 10 out of 10 listing appointments, that's the success I want for you. So I hope that if I can push you and challenge you to do this, then do that and you'll have success. So I won't keep going through everything else. Hold an open house. There's all the things that I said to do. I'm going to give points for that. You get points for doing meaningful pop buys, for sending videos, 5 points of video, because I think video is such an effective marketing tool. Now, marketing your lighted yard sign, I'm going to give 10 points. Joining our referral network when we're ready, I can give 10 points. Send Valentine's or social media, text or post. So I want you to do that this week, so I'm going to give you 20 points for that. The thing is that if you send out 300 emails, I'm not going to give you, like, you know, 20 points for each one if you send out a Valentine to 300 people. I want to give you 20 points, and then you get 1 point for every email. Making sense? But to have fun with it, here's what we did. I did a 7-day challenge, and I went out and I talked to some agents on the East Coast and on the West Coast. I have 3 agents out in Philadelphia, 4 agents in Oregon that are agreeing to take that 1-sheet page plan that I just had, and they're going to try to create as many points as they can. So Leanna, Trevor, Ron, Zach, all of you who I've been speaking with, so excited. I'm going to work with you this week. Your brokers are going to work with you, and we're going to share, you know, your progress. And next week we're going to come back and we're going to talk about the things they forced themselves to do and the results that they got out of it. Now, we're going to be honest. We're going to talk about things that worked, things that didn't work, but we're going to have fun this week, and we're going to try to move the needle and try to go attack listings. I also have out in Philadelphia, Dan and Queasy. Queasy is so excited about doing this. Had a tremendous amount of listings last year, but wants to double the amount in 1 year. So let's have a contest. Let's have fun. And here's what I'm going to do. So You get points for action items, for calling, texting, points for open houses, points for door knocking, for social media, for listing presentations. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give one lighted yard sign away to the winner of the 7 volunteers that volunteered to share what they're doing this week. So you guys work hard. Whoever gets the most points, one of you is going to win a lighted sign. I'm going to give away one lighted sign winner to whoever in the HomeSmart system has the most points across the whole country. I just saw an email from Jeannie, says, I'm in, I'm ready to kick tail, let's do it. So whoever gets the most points across the country, I'm gonna give away the lighted yard sign. And then I'm gonna do a drawing among all the participants, and we'll give away one lighted yard sign like we do every week for anybody that participates. So even if you just do something and you participate, you'll be entered to the contest. But the main reason why we're doing it isn't about the contest, it's we want you to win more listings. I got another email from Diane. I love it. You're in. Okay. Here's what you have to do. We're going to mail out that Excel file in the follow-up information that's going to come from the marketing department to every one of you that's on the call today. I'd love you to post your results all week long on social media. Let us know what's working in the private HomeSmart groups, you know, and also we're going to watch what you're doing publicly with your clients and sharing that. And if you want to, you can send in your sheet. Now, this isn't my live email that I use every day. This is an email that we use for marketing. It's todd.sumney@hsmove. Anyone who sends in their sheet filled in with the actions that they did in a week and the points that they totaled, that's how we're going to kind of privately check to see who got the most points around the country. So send your sheet to todd.sumney@hsmove. So excited about all the agents that were willing to do this with us. Let's talk about this week's winner of the lighted yard sign. So no excuses not to go put it into action this week already and say, hey, I'll put a lighted sign on your property. Aldo Mercado in HomeSmart Arrowhead office in Arizona, you're the winner of this week's lighted yard sign. So I know I covered a lot of ground. We're looking right at 56 minutes. Hope I didn't talk too much. I love seeing the questions. I'll stay around here for a second or two with the chat, answer any questions that anyone may have. But let's go win some listings. Let's put some actions into our business this week and apply those strategies into our business. So thank you all for joining us today. Todd Sumney, the Chief Industry Officer for HomeSmart. Let's go win some listings. All right, take care. See ya.